Okay, and as we often say, we save the best for last. We actually fought over who got to introduce our last inductee, and Hava won. So I'm going to introduce the presenter of our final presentation. So our presenter is Hava Mahalone, CEO of Millennial Minds, a teen success company. She's worked with thousands of teens all over the US, Canada, and Canada for the past 10 years, inspiring teens to take their place as stewards of our planet. She is also a friend of the next inductee. So I would like to invite Hava up here to introduce my dear friend, my best friend, even though we only met 2 days ago, Mr. Ed Mercer. So Hava.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure, actually. Ed is actually had the pleasure of working with my teens. I have sent my teens to Ed, and every time that I have done so, they have been very pleased and asked to go back to see him speak because he's phenomenal. He feels that his greatest personal achievement is the founding of the Edward R. Mercer Foundation, which is dedicated to the betterment of the planet through ecological conservation and education. Now, as I invite him to come up and to give the award, I want to apologize firsthand. I just want to make sure that you understand, I've been on my own since I was 12 years old, and I didn't have, and I was homeschooled my whole life, and to barely read this and to show you, he has been such a great example to me. He is such a great example to me because these are words, and although some of them I need a little help with because I can't even, I mean, we're all learning as we go. I brought 8 to 10 teens with me here tonight because of him. And so just to show you a little bit, for him touching my life and touching these teens' lives, this man changes the world, not just here, but in all of us. So excuse me, but also give it.
Introduction like that, I do better do a good job. Thank you so much. You're so kind. You know, when I first arrived, the one thing I would like to share with you, the only thing that kept me from university was high school. You know, when we first went to, actually my wife and I went to Costa Rica in 1989. I was a Canadian kickboxing champion, and my wife was #1 in Europe for 8 years in triathlon. My brother-in-law was the head of the anti-terrorist police force in France. He was the bodyguard for Jacques Chirac. And we went to Costa Rica in 1989 actually for an Ironman competition. And my wife was sitting down at the bottom of this mountain with myself, and a gentleman come along and he said, would you like to go look at some waterfalls? And he only had 2 horses. And I sat down at the bottom. I don't know if you've ever been to Costa Rica or not, but you know, I've seen species of birds and butterflies and monkeys and toucans and parrots and eagles, and I sat down there, and my wife came back down later and she said, do you like it here? And I said, I don't think I'll ever make it to heaven, but I know I could touch it from here. I've been in 86 countries, I've been in every state of the United States and every province of Canada. And my wife says, well, I'm happy that you enjoy it here. And I says, why is that? She says, I just bought the entire mountain. Right? And I'm sure you're aware of this. Women control 60% of all the money in the world. Do you know that? And they have access to the other 40. There's a few things I didn't like about Costa Rica. I'd just like to share it with you, and this is part of why I was there. Basically, there was an island called Garza Island, and Garza Island is the largest island in the country. It's 26 miles around, has 9 miles of beaches. The people there, plus Americans, were stealing the scarlet macaw parrots, you know, the beautiful scarlet macaws. And in some cases, they were selling them to the pet stores, but in other cases, they were actually selling the feathers, or killing them and selling the feathers. They were stealing the turtle eggs by the thousands and selling them in Asia for aphrodisiacs. A lot of people that are very wealthy in their lifetime feel that because of money, they can purchase anything that money will buy. and they were stealing the monkeys. And the only way you can have a pet monkey is to physically kill the mother. If you don't kill the mother will physically commit suicide. Will physically kill itself. So I took over the entire island. I was the only person at that time that took over an island. And, you know, not that it's a big deal, but I put $3 million of my own money into it. And I controlled the island. I planted 5,000 almond trees, which is a food of choice for the scarlet macaws. I have 18 full-time armed guards with their families that have been living there for a lot of years now. Now I have the largest flock of scarlet macaws in all of Costa Rica. I have the largest amount of monkeys, and I have the largest amount of turtle eggs hatching in the entire country. See, it's not how much money you make in your lifetime, it's where you become as a result of it. In order to have more, you must become more. In order for things to change, you must change. As the young lady was saying, I was a street person at 15 years old. I was a millionaire at 27. I won't get into all that, but you know, it's not what you do. It's not why you become rich. It's how you become rich. And I became wealthy through doing the right things. I'm sure that you've heard of a program called Scared Straight. I was sort of the mediator between probation and prison. Then I worked with John Howard Society, which was prisoners. I worked with Suicide Hotline, Battered Housewives, every organization just about working and helping the people. So I decided many years ago that no matter what I touched, whether it be a person or whether it be an opportunity, I was going to try to make it better than when I found it. And I feel so honored and so blessed to be on this stage here tonight with some of the most renowned environmentalists on the planet, and I'm totally in a different category than everybody in this room, but you know, without the help, you know, there's no letter I in the word team. We all work together as one. And I just feel so blessed to be on the stage tonight, and thank you and God bless you all.